#2 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Longhorns will kick it away first. And no chance at a return here. They'll start. Drive at their own 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Dropping back, it's Aller. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking for a deep man. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities.
The game of the century. That label does not get applied lightly, reserved for matchups like this. #1 versus #2. And no matter where you live, what region of the country you hail from, which conference you root for, these games are the most compelling of them all. Welcome to MetLife Stadium, home of the Giants and the Jets in East Rutherford, New Jersey. as we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Nittany Lions will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Use the play fake, now to throw. With the catch, it's Wingo. He stopped just...
Entering settings screen, you have 29 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Booty narration volume set to 100.
The game of the century. That label does not get applied lightly, reserved for matchups like this. #1 versus #2. And no matter where you live, what region of the country you hail from, which conference you root for, these games are the most compelling of them all. Welcome to MetLife Stadium, home of the Giants and the Jets in East Rutherford, New Jersey, as we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. kick it off to get us underway. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Motion from the wideout. The toss to the outside. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Caught near the sideline, it's Ross. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. The Nittany Lions are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. To throw, it's Aller. Caught in the backfield, it's Singleton. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
You know, as a receiver, it's so critical and important to know where the sticks are. He was able to modify his route so he knew as soon as he caught it, he was just going to have enough to keep this drive alive.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking to buy time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. He tries to take the top off. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
Well, the defense came into this game, guys, knowing that they were going to be tested with the offense throwing it vertically down the field. You saw it right there on the opening drive. They were ready for it. Great job locating the ball and getting the INT.
Might be changing the route. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Quickly to the tight end. Wide open spaces. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapped around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally. You got to be in the right place at the right time.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that play out.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, going up top. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to go up top. Here's a heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Nice execution by this defense on second and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Touchdown, Penn State! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
I love finding the big fella down in the red zone. Third and goal. You got to make something happen down here. Throw it up high. Let the big fella make you look really good as a quarterback. Love finding those big guys down here in the red zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw. It's Manning. Bringing the heat. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, as he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
That's caught. It's Wingo. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Moore. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Motion from the back. They just keep firing. Steps away to find some room. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
He might want another play. Back to throw. It's Manning. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
And this is why you don't want to get in these situations. Third and long, defense knows it's pass. They're playing pass, playing deep. QB has nowhere to go with the football, so he just throws it away.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls and tighten windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. It's Reynolds. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with 2nd and short. To the air, it's Allard. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And the Nittany Lions are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Pena. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Fires to the right. Looking for the goal line. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Singleton. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. But see what he can get done from inside his own 15. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Back to throw, it's Manning. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Firing to the right, complete. Crosses the 35. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
With the catch, it's Moore. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Off play action. Finds the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. On the move at the 30. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. He is dealing on this drive, completed all 5 throws, and now they have first and goal.
Yeah, and who needs balance when you got a guy like this? You trust him, getting the ball back in the pocket. The ball's coming out, spreading it around the field. Nice decision-making. This drive has been surgical for this QB.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texans! And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead. They still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start into the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
And he puts through the extra point. Fielded in the end zone, it's Singleton. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Off the play fake on first down. He'll try to do it himself.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Allard. Throwing right. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off. And
how about that elusiveness? He's got space. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd down coming up. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Ross. Oh, he's got some space. Turning it on. He's at the touchdown, Penn State. He got a step and just dusted the field. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback, as you had my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on first down. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Looking to throw, it's Manning. Gonna take a shot. Reels it in down the left side. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Quarterback making checks. Sends it back in motion. Wants to keep it in the air. Unloads to the right. Got his man downfield. Touchdown Longhorns! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys. They usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there in that touchdown catch.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to pass. It's Aller. Floats it out in space. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And the defense makes a play. Finally, this is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Ross. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided, on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. They'll run the screen. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the bill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the 2nd quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Got it in the middle. It's Singleton. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Flushed out of the pocket. Fires to the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's brought down. A short return to the defense. Comes out on top with the pick.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
To the air. It's Manning. Under fire. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think he'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Quickly complete. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, man, this quarterback is fast. You saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit. And it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
On third down, he drops to throw. Under fire. Another incompletion on third down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a second time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Scrambling away. He's got it in the end zone! Touchdown, Texas!
Well, that was a huge touchdown late here in the first half for their confidence offensively. They want to be able to keep this thing close, obviously, or take the lead going into the second half. So if they kick the extra point here, you tie it up. But you've also got the option here to be aggressive and try and take the lead with a 2-point conversion. We'll see what they do.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they did tack on the extra point. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Corners are going to bail. With jet sweep pass. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. The Nittany Lions will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Moore. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Out of the gun to give to the back. Gets away from one. Finds some space. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Dropping back, it's Manning. This time he's got his man. There he goes. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's...
Makes the grab inside the 30. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Pulls it, fires complete.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. The give to the back. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Here's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
Might be calling a hot route. Back to pass, it's Manning. Using his legs to buy some time. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. He hurls one deep down the left side. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Texans. They take the lead with the 6. This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
Bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
The returner will field it and bring it back. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. Complete to the right. Running free. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Penn State.
And QBs love their big tight ends, especially guys that can do such great things after the catch. He catches it. Dang, Palmer, he looks like a daggum receiver after he catches the football.
What a matchup nightmare, too, man. I mean, he's just too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. If I'm this QB, I'm looking that guy's way a lot more often than this one.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Offense changing the play. Scanning the field, it's Manning. He fires to the left side. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, quarterback trying to get aggressive, trying to take a shot deep down the field, but just not on the same page with his wide receiver as the pass falls incomplete.
This has been a tight one, third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Plucks it out of the air. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Our coach said to never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll move the wide receiver. He'll throw on third down. Got the quick pass. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Finds his man. It's Wingo. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to to the 41 with a first down.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Wingo. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. The Longhorns will have it first and 10. He wants to change this route. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Second down, he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. Throws it in. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Longhorns looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. On third and long, try to convert through the air. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up fourth down.
Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11.
And I don't know if field position really matters on that one, right? I know they're on the plus side of territory, but 4th and inches, most offenses today are going to be going for it. They did. They execute the running play, and they keep the sticks moving.
Rushes on him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Leaves it with the back. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. So we open the final period with a third down play. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense.
And these are the big decisions you have to make in a football game. How confident are you in your defense? That's all this decision comes down to. If I kick a field goal and I trust my defense, that's how this game could end. Or do I want to roll the dice because I don't believe in my defense?
Going for it on fourth down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. Making side adjustments here. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. Past the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
It's the one thing the head coach challenges his team with, guys. Late in games in the fourth quarter, tie ball game. Who's going to step up and make a play? That guy did right there. Picking it off, taking it to the house.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw. It's Manning. Got a man. It's Wingo.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up second 5, third and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
And the Longhorns can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Wingo. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback may change this route. Gets the back moving. To the air on first down. Got a man. It's Wingo.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
He wants to throw it again. Fires left. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Just did seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
And the Longhorns line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Catch in the middle, it's Wingo. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
Looking downfield on first down. Pressure coming. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
They're dealing with a second and long. Might be changing the route. Leaves it with the running back. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. This Nittany Lion defense has just been suffocating. The front seven has been dominant. Guys like Jack Ham would be proud.
Yeah, just big, physical, just owning the guys up front. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Penn State D-line just dominating this football.
He'll take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Well, On that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches, so I don't mind him taking another shot there.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And that ball's incomplete on 4th down, but wait just a second. There is a flag, and this is a big call. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got the back over the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. To the air, it's Manning. He'll take a deep shot here. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. They'll run the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of the big play coming on 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Interesting call here for the head coach, too, because you need a touchdown. Now it's 4th and long. You could kick the field goal and cut into the lead, but depends on how much you trust your defense right now. They may go for this one, guys.
It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. They'll send the back in motion. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Going for it all. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And some people won't like that, but I like aggressiveness, and that's who they are as an offense, so it's okay to be aggressive. But I know one thing now. After that 4th down stop, and you're trailing, I'm going to need my defense to be aggressive. It's going to be a big possession right here in the 4th quarter to get me the football back. And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw, it's Allard. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. And I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's got it. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a 1st down. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Got it behind the line. It's Reynolds. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. forced out of the pocket. Throws toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. On first down from the 13-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Extending the play. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
This one's complete. Touchdown, Penn State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Dropping back, it's Manning. He wants a big play here late. Got his man to the left. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The act
makes the grab to the 25, and there's room. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation. That time, saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted, took his shot. He is in a groove.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. He might want another play. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. They get to him as he throws. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. They're working that left side. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Well, quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
He's moving out of the pocket. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Late touchdown here, but it would take a miracle of Lazarus-like proportions to come
That sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. Lining up for the onside kick, just a few seconds to play, and they will need a miracle. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Back to pass, it's Aller. The short hands, it's Ross. They make the stop and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. What a game. We had a furious fight all the way to the final ticks, and that one is going to be remembered forever.
And I think when you're the #1 team in the country, you're coming in expecting to win. You're the favorites. Everybody's talking about you. You have all the momentum. You're the loved college football team in all of the land. To come in today, they played a competitive game, Jesse, but that's an inferior opponent they just lost to.
That's true. They've got to be more consistent moving forward as the #1 team. And we saw flashes today of why they were the #1 ranked team. We know they've got talent, but you've got to start fast. You can't shoot yourself in the foot. You can't have penalties. You can't turn the ball over. You can't have the lapses in concentration we saw today that led to them losing.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.